one thing I wanted to talk about that a lot of people asked me about was the whole Mielle P&G thing, right? So if y'all don't know Mielle is a Black-owned brand that has been here for quite some time, and has just really grown. I mean, always has been a staple in the natural hair community, but has so many product lines. Literally, if you look at Mielle and you look at just how they've structured themselves, definitely one of those brands that has done a great job of having great launches, great line extensions, the ability to actually counter those concerns and problems that a lot of us have with natural hair, and do it well. Now, most recently, one of the products that went like crazy was the Mielle Rose Drops. Child, we couldn't keep them. We still can't keep them on the shelf. It was just crazy. But what happened was on TikTok, which, you know, TikTok is the wild, wild west, child, okay? And I'm still learning it. But I guess a white girl was on TikTok. She started talking about it, and Mielle just blew up. Like, it literally was a point where we could not keep, we would just order it, and it would be on back order for like weeks. Now, you know, I think it's getting better, but still, you know, once the others found out about it, it was just crazy. So I knew something was going to happen because of that. And what ended up happening was that she partnered with P&G. So for those of you who may not know, I actually intimately know P&G because I used to work for P&G. So P&G was actually my first corporate job out of college. I worked on a brand team. I was a market research manager. And yeah, I lived in Cincinnati, and I actually worked on quite a few different brands. I worked on Dawn, Cascade, Febreze. I mean, y'all, I worked across a lot of different things. And then eventually I landed in Clairol in hair color. And so that was actually kind of some of the beginnings of what made me very interested in the hair business. So said all that to say, I know P&G very well. I know how it works or whatever. And what I'll say too is, even though P&G wasn't, you know, where I was going to be forever, they did take great stakes to you know, have DEI and like center a lot, even not only business practices, like outside business on DEI, but internally as well. So they would pay for us to like go to Black MBA and like all of these things. And like that was actually the first time where I was with a company that had like a black campaign. So My Black is Beautiful. They did that, right? So just lots of things happening. If you know marketing, you know P&G is like it. It is like the Bible of marketing, especially for consumer products. So, and they have the best of the best. It just is what it is. So for Mielle to partner with P&G is huge. It's phenomenal. And it's a win. And I know that a lot of the times we feel burnt when a black brand sells, you know, to a larger brand because, you know, we feel like the formula is going to change, or we feel like, you know, it's just not going to be the same, because that is what has happened in the past. But I do not believe that that will happen with this integration with P&G because, one, I actually know the person who is going to be over the integration for P&G, and he is phenomenal. He is stellar. He is it, okay? Thorough. And he is a black man, and he's not going to let that happen. The formulation is going to be the formulation. If anything, you know, this is just going to really put Mielle on an even larger map, right? Like really prop Mielle up to be an even larger, a global brand, which is phenomenal, right? And I think, you know, as we think about these things, we need to be happy for her because generational wealth comes in different ways. And this is it. Like, this is the start of that for that family. And I think that, I don't know, it's just a blessing, honestly. And, obviously we got to keep these people accountable and make sure they don't change his formula up and they don't water it down. I really don't think that they will, but I myself find this to be a win. I think it's a win not only for the owners of Mielle, the founders rather of Mielle, because like for you to be able to make something and see it grow to this extent and be able to put it in the position to literally like be a legacy, be a brand that lives, forever in other like global communities that really need it, that's huge. And P&G has the ability to do that for this brand. So I think that it's a win. I can see how it's just really going to do bigger and better and get better. And the fact of the matter is she's still going to be on, right? Like, it's not like she's just riding out, on her horse, you know what I mean? Like, she's still going to be there. And I think that's what gives me a lot of comfort. So while I was not happy about a lot of these, I am very happy about this. I'm proud. I'm just happy because, again, like, I think me knowing P&G, me also knowing the person who's actually going to see this through and knowing how thorough, he's a FAMUan, so you already know it's about to be everything. And obviously Mielle has just been phenomenal. They're actually coming out with a new line now, or I think they just did a launch, which I'm interested to see how that line works. But all in all, wins, y'all. So don't stop buying the product. If anything, support our girl. She's made it this far. Let's keep it going. Really, the sky's the limit. And I think this really is kind of like a huge nod to like what indie brands are.